Welcome to our devotion today on identity, design, and purpose. Today we're going to read out of Exodus chapter 3, verse 11. But Moses said to God, "Who am I that I should go to Pharaoh and that I should bring the children of Israel out of Egypt?" Now Moses is not on a journey of discovery, trying to figure out who he is and why he's here. He's not trying to find his place in this world. No, by asking God that question, by saying, "Who am I?" He's actually trying to remind God of who he is. Moses knows who he is. Moses knows that he's in that place at that time because he's a fugitive on the run. Moses had murdered a man, and for decades he's been in hiding. He's been running. He's been in the wilderness in obscurity. And then God shows up and calls him into this divine purpose to go to Pharaoh and to lead his people out of Egyptian bondage. But Moses is convinced, because of his past, he's completely disqualified. Perhaps you feel like Moses at times. You have a checkered past. You have some stuff back there that you never really want to talk about. You don't want to be reminded of. Listen, we all do. We all have things in our past that if we could go back and change it, we would. But the reality is that what's done is done, and God can redeem your past. Listen, Moses' past is not hidden from God. God knows who he is. God knows why he's in that place at that time. When God shows up to have this conversation to Moses out of this burning bush, he knows exactly who Moses is. He knows what Moses has done, and none of that disqualifies Moses from his intended purpose for his life. God still calls him. Your past is not unredeemable. I'm going to say that again, and I hope it sinks in. Your past is not unredeemable. Listen, there is nothing in your past so broken that God cannot fix. There's nothing in your past that God cannot redeem and use for his glory. And so today, if you're feeling like Moses, God, I'm completely disqualified, send somebody else. Use somebody else. I don't think I'm the guy. And God, I think you've made a mistake. Let me convince you that none of that is true. It's not true. God created you with a plan and a purpose for your life. And your inability, your mistakes, your failures are not more powerful than God's ability to fix it, redeem it, and use you exactly the way he desires to use you. Consider that today. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow.